Hey guys, and thanks for stopping on in for today's video. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about some of the guys that I think have some of the better betting value for tonight's home run derby. Always an exciting event if you're a baseball fan. Maybe not quite as exciting as the home run derby used to be, a decade or two ago, but still certainly something that can be fun to watch as we get to see some of the best home run hitters in baseball go at it. Now, a lot of these guys, the average baseball fan isn't necessarily going to be familiar with, but if these guys have success in hitting a lot of home runs, then that won't matter all that much. There are some names on this list that I'm not a huge fan of that, they were selected to be in the home run derby. But this is the field that we have set, and it's what we're going to be going in with, so we just got to make the best of it. If you guys are interested in getting more of this pick video content in the future, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also consider heading on over to our main website, stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description, where you can access our daily free play as well as all of our top confidence premium bets. So heading into this video, some things that I look for in terms of picking a potential solid value bet in the home run derby are guys that have hit some of the longest home runs in baseball on the year, and also guys that are physically fit enough to have the stamina to hit a lot of home runs in succession. Obviously, the guys that check out those boxes right away are going to be guys like Giancarlo Stanton as well as Aaron Judge, and that's why these guys are favored much more so than the other guys on the list. Both of these guys have a reputation for just knocking the top off the ball. Both these guys have recorded a number of the longest hit home runs in baseball this year. Obviously, Stanton coming in as a slight favorite. I would even put him as more of a favorite than he currently is in comparison to where Aaron Judge is standing, because Stanton already has a home run derby belt, which he picked up last year, and also he gets that added boost of playing on his home field behind the home crowd, which is certainly a factor in terms of that crowd noise and really pumping up a player to perform at a high level, and he's certainly going to want to perform at a high level in front of his home fans. Another guy that I see as potentially, actually I'm going to touch on a couple guys that are some of the longer odds that I think could potentially make a run, and that's going to be Miguel Sano and Justin Bour. Sano's another one of those guys that can hit really long home runs. He's posted as well a number of the longest hit balls in baseball this year, and he's just a free swinger. He also racks up a ton of strikeouts, but obviously that's not going to be as much of a issue here, where he gets to pick the pitcher that's going to be throwing to him. And then Justin Bour, another Miami Marlins player. He's more Giancarlo Stanton light. Not quite the player, obviously, that Stanton is, but a guy that can hit the long ball, and just being comfortable around the home fans in your home ballpark, I think that can play well for a guy like Justin Bour, who's at very long odds. Guys that I don't necessarily like all that much are going to be Cody Bellinger, a very young guy, and it's his first year. It's a big stage, and not the longest odds out of a lot of these guys, and I'm just not a big buyer right now in Bellinger. Also, Charlie Blackmon, a Colorado Rockies player. Whenever these Colorado guys get into the home run derby, it can be disappointing sometimes because a lot of these guys can rack up some more inflated numbers out there at Coors Field. The air is going to be a lot thicker down in Miami, where they're very close to sea level in comparison to up in the mountains in Colorado, where Blackman's able to feast off a lot of situations there in hitting home runs. And he doesn't even have the most home runs, and not even close actually, with a lot of these guys that are in the home run derby. So even with playing at Coors Field, he hasn't been racking up a ton of home runs by any means this season. Also, Gary Sanchez, kind of a questionable pick here as well, with some of the guys that I think are more questionable picks are Justin Bour and Gary Sanchez, picking two guys from the same team that are much longer odds than their counterparts, Stanton and Judge. Sanchez hasn't picked up a ton of home runs this year, but he also hasn't played in as many games as a lot of the other guys on this list, but I'm just not really feeling Gary Sanchez's chances in this one. So some of the guys that I think could potentially be solid value bets overall are going to be a guy like Justin Bour, who's playing in his home park. Certainly familiarity with the fence and what you can do in your home park is going to play into his advantage. Also, a guy like Miguel Sano of the Twins, give him a good showing, and he's a guy that, you know, is certainly going to be freely swinging and can rack up a lot of home runs. And at that plus 800, certainly a potential decent value bet there. And then the favorite, Giancarlo Stanton, he's a guy that I would almost give a coin flip to this guy and his ability to win the Derby this year, just given the fact that he's already won a Derby. He can hit the ball a mile, and he's in great shape, which certainly helps in these situations where you're going to be hitting and swinging the bat a lot at a very forceful pace. So those are the three guys that I'm looking at here as solid value bets. Again, those are going to be Stanton as one of the more favored guys, Miguel Sano, and Justin Bour. Those are my three picks here as solid value bets here for the Home Run Derby. So this is a little bit different than the kind of picks that I do on a daily basis here on our YouTube channel, but obviously not a lot of other options, and I also like throwing in something different every now and then. But if you guys are interested in getting more pick video content in the future, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You can also check out our pick content every day over at our main website, stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. So I hope you guys have a great time watching the Home Run Derby tonight and all of the All-Star festivities, and I will see you in the next video, which is going to be for the All-Star game itself, NL versus AL. So thanks, guys, again, and we'll see you in that video. Bye.